Beloved soul, welcome back to Angels Say channel, where divine insight meets divine timing. I'm so glad you're here today. I don't believe in coincidences, and neither should you, because if you found this video, there is something heaven needs you to hear. This message comes directly from the angelic realm to your heart in this sacred moment. Type "open" in the comments if you're ready to receive this divine message about your soulmate's return. The angels are watching for your response. Your journey has been marked by separation, by distance, by a love that seemed to slip through your fingers like water. I see the tears you've cried in the darkness when no one was watching. I feel the weight of the questions you've carried. Will they ever come back? Did they ever truly love me? Was what we shared real, or just a beautiful illusion? The heavenly realm has witnessed your silent prayers, your whispered hopes, your moments of both faith and doubt. Today, I bring you tidings of great significance. The angels have been orchestrating events behind the scenes of your life, preparing a pathway for reunion that you cannot yet see with human eyes. Your soulmate is indeed returning to you, but not as the same person who left. They come with a heart transformed by regret, by lessons learned in your absence, by the painful wisdom that only separation from true love can teach. Type "receive" in the comments to align your spirit with this divine revelation. The universe never separates. Twin flames without purpose. Every moment apart has been necessary. A sacred preparation for both of you. While you have been healing, growing, and expanding your capacity to love, they have been on their own journey of awakening. The divine timing of your reunion has been precisely calculated by forces beyond human understanding. Let me share what the angels have revealed about your soulmate's current state. They carry a profound regret in their heart, not just for leaving, but for failing to recognize the rare and precious connection you shared. In your absence, they've come to understand that what existed between you wasn't ordinary love. It was a soul recognition, a divine appointment, a meeting arranged by the stars themselves long before either of you took your first breath on earth. Their regret isn't simple remorse. It's a soul-deep awakening to truth. They now understand that in walking away from you, they were walking away from a part of themselves. This realization hasn't come easily. It has arrived through sleepless nights, through moments when your face appeared in their dreams, through strange coincidences that kept bringing memories of you back to their conscious mind. Type "awaken" if you feel this truth resonating in your spirit. The angels want you to know that your soulmate has been thinking about you far more than you realize. In quiet moments, they replay conversations you shared. They remember the unique way you laugh, how your eyes reflect light, the feeling of your energy when you entered a room. These aren't just memories. They're soul imprints that have been growing stronger, not weaker, with the passage of time. What makes this return different from previous patterns or false starts is the profound inner work your soulmate has undergone. This isn't a return born from loneliness or convenience. It's a return guided by spiritual awakening and genuine transformation. They've had to face their shadows, their fears, their wounds, all the internal barriers that prevented them from fully embracing the connection you offered. The angels show me that your soulmate has been receiving signs about you, dreams where you appear with messages, songs that remind them of shared moments, perhaps even sensing your energy across distance. These aren't coincidences. They're divine nudges, celestial breadcrumbs leading them back to the truth of your connection. Type "believe" if you're accepting this divine insight about your reunion. Now, beloved soul, I must prepare you for what this reunion will entail. When your soulmate returns, they won't arrive with the same energy they carried when they left. The person returning to you has been humbled by life, softened by regret, and opened by the recognition of what was lost. Their eyes will hold a new depth, their words will carry new weight, and their heart will approach you with a reverence that wasn't there before. This doesn't mean the reunion will be without challenges. Two souls who have grown separately must learn to dance together again in new rhythms. There will be conversations that require courage from both of you, honest acknowledgements of hurt, of growth, of change. But these conversations will be different from any you've had before because they will be rooted in new awareness, in spiritual maturity that wasn't present in your previous chapter together. The angels want you to know that this person's regret isn't something you need to fix or heal. It's not your burden to carry. Their regret has been their teacher, their guide back to truth. Your role isn't to absolve them of this feeling, but to remain open to witnessing the transformation it has created within them. Type "witness" in the Yao comments to acknowledge your readiness to see their transformation. I'm being shown that there have been moments when you've sensed this return coming, perhaps through dreams where they appeared differently than before, perhaps through sudden thoughts of them that seemed to come from nowhere, perhaps through a strange sense of their presence even in their physical absence. Your intuition hasn't been playing tricks on you. Your soul has been receiving advance notice of what the universe has been arranging. The timing of this return is not random. It comes at a moment when both of you have completed necessary soul lessons separately. The divine orchestrators of your connection have been waiting for specific alignments, not just between the two of you, but within each of you individually. There were wounds that needed healing, patterns that needed breaking, and strengths that needed developing before this reunion could serve its highest purpose. Your soulmate returns not just with regret, but with a new vision, a vision of what could be possible between two souls who choose each other consciously, who love each other with eyes wide open to both human imperfection and divine potential. They come with plans unspoken, with hopes they may be afraid to voice immediately, with dreams of building something more beautiful than what was lost. Type "vision" if you're ready to see the new possibilities this reunion will bring. Beloved, I must speak now about your preparation for this return. The angels show me that you've done tremendous inner work during this separation. You've reclaimed parts of yourself that were overlooked or set aside. You've strengthened your connection to your own divine guidance. You've learned to love yourself in ways that weren't possible before. This growth hasn't been coincidental. It's been essential preparation for the reunion that approaches. When two souls meet again after profound individual transformation, they create something entirely new. This won't be a simple return to what was. It will be a beginning of what could be. A relationship built on stronger foundations, with greater awareness, with boundaries that honor both souls' journeys. The angels celebrate the work you've done to prepare yourself for this new chapter. I see that there may be hesitation in your heart. After experiencing the pain of separation, it's natural to protect yourself from potential future hurt. The angels want you to know that your caution is understood and respected by the universe. You're not being asked to abandon your discernment or to ignore the lessons of the past. You're being invited to remain open to witnessing authentic change while honoring your own boundaries and truth. Type "protect" in the comments if you're committed to honoring both openness and healthy boundaries. The regret your soulmate carries has been a necessary crucible for their growth. Through the alchemical fire of recognizing what they lost in losing you, they've been transformed. This regret hasn't been a punishment, but a pathway, a difficult but essential journey toward greater consciousness about what truly matters in this human experience. I'm being shown that they've been doing inner work you cannot see. Perhaps they've sought guidance from spiritual teachers or therapists. Perhaps they've devoted themselves to practices that have helped them understand their patterns and choices. Perhaps they've had to face consequences that brought painful but necessary awareness. Whatever form their growth has taken, it has been genuine and it has been profound. The angels want you to know that this person thinks of you as the one who got away, but more than that, as the one who saw them more clearly than anyone else ever has. In your absence, they've come to recognize how rare it is to be truly seen, to be accepted with both strengths and weaknesses acknowledged. They've come to understand that what you offered wasn't just love, but a sacred witnessing of their soul. Type "sacred" if you recognize the divine nature of your connection. Now, beloved soul, I must speak about divine timing. Human hearts often want immediate resolution, immediate reunion, immediate healing. But the universe operates on a different timeline, one that honors the necessary unfolding of all parties involved. Your reunion will come not a moment too soon or too late, but precisely when both souls are truly ready to create something new together. The angels show me that there have been previous moments when reunion might have been possible, but wouldn't have been sustainable. Perhaps there were attempts at reconnection that didn't fully manifest or didn't last. These weren't failures, but divine protection. The universe ensuring that when you come together again, it will be at the right moment for lasting transformation rather than temporary comfort. Your soulmate's return comes after they've reached a critical threshold of awareness, a point of no return in their own evolution. They can no longer pretend not to know what they now know. They can no longer deny the truth of what exists between you. They can no longer rationalize the separation as anything other than a departure from their own soul's knowing. Type "threshold" if you're sensing this critical turning point approaching. I see that this person has been experiencing what mystics sometimes call the dark night of the soul, a profound spiritual crisis that strips away illusions and forces confrontation with deeper truth. During this process, memories of you have served as a light in their darkness, a reminder of authentic connection in a moment when everything else seemed uncertain or unreal. The regret they carry isn't just about actions taken or words spoken. It's a deeper recognition of having walked away from something their soul recognized even when their conscious mind did not. This regret has been purifying, humbling, and ultimately transformative. It has broken open calcified parts of their heart and allowed new growth to emerge from what appeared to be emotional wreckage. When they return to you, you will see in their eyes a new depth of appreciation for who you are and what you represent in their life journey. This won't be flattery or manipulation, but genuine recognition born from the painful wisdom of having experienced life without your presence. They've learned through your absence what they couldn't fully grasp in your presence. Type "wisdom" if you're ready to receive the gifts that have come through this separation. The angels want you to know that you haven't been forgotten or replaced in this person's heart. On the contrary, your absence has made you more present in their consciousness than ever before. The space where you once stood in their life has remained unfilled because what you shared cannot be replicated with another. So, this isn't about romantic idealization, but spiritual recognition. I'm being shown that there have been practical changes in this person's life that reflect their inner transformation. Perhaps changes in how they approach relationships. Perhaps changes in how they communicate their feelings. Perhaps changes in how they handle conflict or vulnerability. These external shifts reflect the internal work they've been doing, work that has been preparing them to approach you with new awareness. The regret they carry has been a teacher, showing them where they abandoned themselves and their own truth when they walked away from you. In recognizing what they lost in losing you, they've been forced to confront how they've abandoned their own authentic needs and desires throughout their life. Your connection has served as a mirror, reflecting back to them both their capacity for love and their patterns of self-betrayal. Type mirror if you recognize how your connection has reflected truth to both of you. Beloved soul, I must now address the question that may be arising in your heart. How will I know when they're truly ready to return? How can I trust this return will be different? The angels show me that the evidence will be unmistakable. This won't be a casual reaching out or a vague expression of missing you. Their return will be marked by a new level of clarity, courage, and commitment that wasn't present before. You will recognize the difference in how they communicate, not just in their words, but in the energy behind those words. There will be a groundedness, a presence, a willingness to be vulnerable that signals their transformation. They won't approach you with expectations or demands, but with an openness to whatever process of reconnection feels right and true for both of you. The angels want you to know that you'll be given clear signs when this reunion is approaching. These might come through dreams that feel different from ordinary dreams, more vivid, more coherent, carrying messages that stay with you upon waking. They might come through synchronicities that seem to confirm what your intuition has been telling you. They might come through a sudden knowing that arrives in meditation or in moments of quiet reflection. Type signs if you're open to receiving divine confirmation of this reunion. I see that there may be practical considerations that have complicated your connection, perhaps distance, perhaps commitments to others, perhaps life circumstances that created obstacles. The angels show me that these external factors have been part of the divine plan, creating necessary space for individual growth before reunion. As the time for return approaches, you'll notice shifts in these external circumstances that once seemed immovable. Your soulmate's regret has led them to make different choices, to reorient their life in ways that align more authentically with their soul's purpose. These changes haven't been made specifically to facilitate reunion with you, but they naturally create greater alignment between your paths. What once seemed impossible may now reveal itself as not just possible but inevitable. The angels want you to know that this person has been dreaming about you, not just in sleep, but in their waking hours. They've been imagining conversations with you, rehearsing what they might say, wondering if you'll be receptive to their return. These thoughts aren't obsessive but reflective, part of their process of understanding what was lost and what might still be possible. Type dreams if you've been sensing their thoughts reaching toward you across distance. Now, beloved one, I, must speak about forgiveness, not as an obligation but as a potential liberation for your own heart. The angels show me that you've carried hurt from this separation, questions about your worthiness, perhaps even anger at being left behind. These feelings have been valid and necessary parts of your healing journey. You're not being asked to bypass them or pretend they don't exist. True forgiveness isn't about excusing actions that caused pain. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of resentment so that you can see clearly what's being offered in the present moment. As your soulmate returns with a transformed heart, you're being invited to witness their change with eyes unclouded by past hurt. Not for their sake, but for the sake of your own freedom to choose consciously rather than reactively. The angels show me that this process of forgiveness has already begun within you, perhaps without your conscious awareness. There have been moments when the sharp edges of hurt have softened, when understanding has begun to replace confusion, when compassion has emerged alongside the valid protection of your heart. This internal shift has been part of your preparation for the reunion that approaches. Type release if you're ready to let forgiveness continue its healing work within you. I see that there may be people in your life who don't understand this connection, who may have encouraged you to move on or forget about this person. The angels want you to know that while these voices may have been speaking from care for you, they cannot see what your soul sees or know what your heart knows. You're not holding on to an illusion or living in the past. You're recognizing a soul truth that transcends ordinary understanding. Your soulmate returns with not just regret, but with gratitude. Gratitude for the love you showed them, for the ways you saw them when others didn't, for the space you held for their authentic self even when they couldn't fully inhabit it. This gratitude has been a sustaining force during their journey of awakening, a reminder that genuine connection is possible even when it seems lost. The angels show me that there have been moments when you felt their gratitude across distance. Perhaps as a sudden warmth in your heart, perhaps as tears that came without obvious cause, perhaps as a sense of being held in someone's thoughts. These experiences haven't been imagination, but actual energetic communication between souls who remain connected beyond physical presence. Type gratitude if you felt these moments of connection across distance. Beloved soul, I must now speak about the lessons this separation has offered both of you. For your soulmate, the primary lesson has been about recognition, learning to trust their soul's knowing rather than their fears, learning to value authentic connection over whatever led them to walk away, learning that some bonds cannot be broken even by physical separation or the passage of time. For you, the lessons have been equally profound but different. Perhaps you've learned about your own strength, about your capacity to continue loving even through pain, about your ability to stand in your worth even when someone else couldn't see it. Perhaps you've learned about surrender, about trusting, divine timing, about the difference between attachment and love. These separate but complementary lessons have been preparing both of you for a reunion that will function at a higher level than your previous connection. What you create together after this separation won't be a mere continuation of what was, but an entirely new expression built on deeper foundations and greater awareness. Type lessons if you recognize the growth that has come through this challenging experience. The angels want you to know that your soulmate's return doesn't negate the value of the time you've spent apart. This separation hasn't been a mistake or a detour, but an essential part of both your journeys. Without this time of individual growth, what you create together, would be limited by old patterns and unconscious wounds. The space between you has been fertile ground for necessary transformation. I see that there may be practical questions in your mind about how this reunion will unfold. Will they reach out directly? Will you encounter them unexpectedly? Will circumstances bring you together naturally? The angels show me that the exact form of this reconnection will be uniquely suited to your specific situation and relationship. Thank you for watching.